Ephesians talk about what God has already done. And I've been making a point out of every one of these verses in the first chapter. It's talking about you're already blessed. You've already had God abound towards you with wisdom. You're already accepted in the beloved. You already have redemption. You already have all of these things. And then the last part of the first chapter is where he prays a prayer. Not that God would give you something new or do something new or respond to you, but rather that your eyes would be opened to what he's already done. That his inheritance is in you already, and that you have the same power that raised Jesus Christ from the dead living in you. And I tell you, there's not very many Christians that have that attitude. I go to churches a lot, and I've heard so many people pray and say, oh God, just come down. Oh God, rend the heavens and come down. I've actually heard sermons preached on that. Did you know that that's a scripture from Isaiah? Rend the heavens and come down. And I've heard people pray that. And they say, well, it's in the Bible. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with it is God rent the heaven. And he came down through Jesus. And through Jesus, he's already done everything. And by his grace, he's supplied everything before you even had the need. And for you to say, rend the heavens and come down, in a sense, it's like a slap in the face of Jesus. That Jesus isn't enough. I need something more than Jesus. Do something more. No, everything you will ever need is in Jesus. You've got more in Jesus than any of us will ever tap into. We don't need God to rend the heavens. We need, like it says right here, for our eyes to be opened to what we already have. And it's the same power that raised Jesus Christ from the dead. There isn't any more power. I heard Kenneth Copeland say this one time, that he was just praying and saying, God, I want more power, more power. And he was begging God for more power. And he said, God stopped him right in the middle of his prayer. And he says, Kenneth, where am I going to go get any more power? I've already given you the same power that raised Jesus Christ from the dead. God doesn't have any more power. You have the fullness of the Godhead dwelling in you bodily. Colossians chapter 2, verses 9 and 10. Of his fullness have all we received. John chapter 1, verse 16. You've got the fullness of the Godhead living in you bodily. You've got the same power that raised Christ from the dead. You can't get any more power. Now, you can manifest more power. You can renew your mind and learn how to believe and get rid of the unbelief, and you can start releasing more of the power of God, but you can't get any more power of God. God's grace is complete. God didn't just save you a little bit, enough to get you saved and stuck so that you can hold on. And then when you go to heaven, somehow that's when your salvation is really going to take place. Right now, on the inside of you, in your spirit is the exact same spirit right this moment that it will be 1,000,000 years from now in eternity. You have the fullness of God's power living on the inside of you. But you need to learn how to get it out through your mind, through your emotions. I tell you, most of our mind and emotions are huge hindrances to God's power flowing through us. We're thinking incorrectly. And part of the thinking incorrectly is that, oh God, you have power, but I don't have any. Just give me more power. You're denying what it says right here. He's praying that your eyes would be open to what you already have. The same power that raised Christ from the dead. You have raising from the dead power on the inside of you. You don't need more power. You need more understanding of what you've got and how to release it.